All right, guys. So this is YouTube BK Trading Academy Recession, possibly with a question mark. Take two, November 11th. Let's go.
Wealthy people do not have jobs. They have assets, investments, and business systems that make them money while they sleep. I know there are a lot of people struggling right now, and you're probably asking yourself, how can I get out of this rat race? How can I make life easier for myself? Which is something that my husband and I are always vetting. I want you to start paying attention to digital opportunities.
There's something going on. There's definitely a shift going on in this world, and I want to give you some numbers here of companies that are dropping their workforce by the thousands, right? And there's a reason why these companies are dropping their workforce. Now, for example, UPS, we have 48,000 jobs in 2025 that they have let go. It says includes about 34,000 operational roles, 14,000 management roles. Amazon has let go of 14,000 corporate job cuts with reports of up to 30,000. So the 14,000 figure is confirmed. Some sources say up to 30,000 as targeted. Intel, large company, blue cap stock guys, 24,000 or more jobs planned and being announced. Nestle, 16,000. Accenture, 11,000. Ford Motor Company, 11,000. And there's more guys I'm going to go over in a minute, but I wanted to ask you, why do you think that these companies are cutting their workforce? And we're not talking about a few hundred, we're talking about thousands, right? This is layoffs. Let me know in the comment why. Now, some people say it's AI. A lot of people are implementing AI, and so they no longer need people. And although that can be true, it's happening. Like these are stats, these are numbers that these companies are providing us. And there's people inside of the companies that are saying there's actually more. So if you work for some of these companies like Microsoft, they cut 7,000 people. We have Price Waterhouse at 5,600, Salesforce Inc. at 4,000 jobs so far. And this is just this year. Paramount Global, 2,000 jobs. Target Corporation, 18,000 jobs. So there's a lot. Okay. And I do believe that with the rate decreasing, right? The Fed had just announced a new rate that should be bringing in new people to loan, right? People should be loaning more credit cards, homes, things like that. But when you have a combination of that mixed with increased sales and the dollar increasing, it's hard. It's recipe for recession. And if you work for one of these companies, let us know. Is there something else that maybe I don't know why these people are laying off? And I'm not trying to fearmonger at all, guys, right? I'm not at all. But I do want you to think. This is a thought-provoking question. And here's my question. What are you doing to protect yourself, right? A lot of us is just one hospital visit away from losing a job, right? One layoff away from losing a job, like these companies I just mentioned, Target and Microsoft and Ford. One pandemic away of losing a job. These are examples where thousands of people have lost their jobs and their income. Some of them, many of them, have become homeless from that or have to rely on other family members or government assistance. Now they're cutting government assistance, food, right? Healthcare is going to skyrocket. The Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, they're starting to let that go, right? The negotiation between the Dems and the Republicans. Now, this isn't a political video or political YouTube channel. However, since we trade Forex, since we trade stocks, we have to talk politics because it involves a lot, right? This oftentimes tells us if we should buy or if we should sell, if we should profit or take a loss or just sit still. So one of the reasons why I trade personally is because it is recession proof. As long as I understand fundamentals, high impact news, key leader speaking, I know that if a key leader speaking and there's something negative with that currency, for example, if Trump speak with the United States, oftentimes the United States dollar will lose value against the other currency if you're trading currency pairs. If you're trading a US stock, and let's say a hard hit takes with the AI community, right? I can sell NVIDIA and make money, or I can buy NVIDIA if the opposite happens. So you have to understand fundamentals. It's recession proof. That's one of the reasons why. So my question to you is, what are you doing, guys, to protect yourself financially? You don't have to trade. You can do something else. But I'm curious, let me know in the comments, what are some things that you have considered or currently doing to protect yourself from a possible recession? Again, recession, the two main ingredients for a recession is that one, there is like the rates start to drop to increase buying, right? Oftentimes that's a good thing. But when you have the US dollar starting to carry more weight, where you can buy less for more, those two together work against each other because nobody wants to lend or no one wants to buy anything or to take out any loans if things are costing too much, right? That simply means that if I'm going to loan or buy a home, a 30-year mortgage, now that housing is going to be too much, right? Or they're going to drop the housing. They're going to drop the price. And if they drop the price, then everyone else homes are dropped as well, right? So now they're forced to stand. So there's a lot, guys. There's a lot that goes into this. But my question to you is, what are you doing or what do you plan on doing? And one of the reasons why I trade is because one, I don't have to deal with customers. I don't have to deal with products. I don't have to ship anything. All I'm doing is just trading based on price action, based on the fundamentals, understanding how these banks and large institutions move, when to trade, when to wait. And oftentimes, over 90% of the times, you wait for a setup before you even trade. I'm more times than least, I'm actually just evaluating the markets. So, guys, if you have been following us for a while, you know we've been on YouTube for about 6 or 7 years now. I've been trading for 15 years. Kenya's been trading for 10 years. We are a trading couple, and I absolutely love that. I can say that my wife, my spouse, I can talk to her about trading, and we're just hanging out in the living room or in the bedroom and just watching TV and say, "Hey, did you look at Euro USD? Hey, did you see that impulse move in that correction? I seen exactly when it was going to pull back to enter." Like we can talk, and a lot of couples can't do that, and it's fine. But I do want to say that it's a blessing to have that in my home with my wife. Number two, guys, um, if you've been watching us for a while, I suggest that you take us on the Black Friday deal. Now it's for the month of November, and I'm not sure exactly when we're going to cut it off, but it is the lowest that we ever provided for $597, and it's a lifetime. So you have to understand, guys, $597 is for a lifetime, meaning that we have questions from people who have joined us back in 2020, right? Who have joined us back then, or 2021, 2022. We help them, we guide them, we provide signals, guys, where we're over 90% profitable. And I just gave praise for Kenya and the Forex Academy for doing that, for those who have taken our signals program for our lifetime community. So, guys, I'm saying this also to drop in our information, obviously, because I'm an entrepreneur and I do also educate. I'm an educator because I love trading. My wife loves trading, and we love to help people. So I do want to talk to those people who know that trading work because you've made money, but you have a problem with keeping that money, and it all lies in the risk management. So when you join us, I highly suggest you to go through the modules, but spend extra time on that risk management. You only buy what people will provide you a discount on, and you only buy if an asset people are sought after it once that discount is provided, and you will buy every single time. Identify your levels, your supply and demand levels, because supply and demand rules the entire world regardless of what country you're in. So that being said, guys, Target is dropping 18,000 jobs. Microsoft is 7,000 jobs. Ford Motors, 11,000 jobs. And think about it, it's a trickle down effect. So, for example, if Ford is dropping 11,000 jobs, you have to wonder why. And know that Ford has hundreds and hundreds of vendors. And if they no longer need those 11,000 people, plus in the future, some of those vendors may be cut off. And if some of those vendors are cut off, there's hundreds and sometimes thousands of people in working in those vendor companies. And if they're not getting that business, they're going to have to lay off other people. So these aren't just some normal companies. These are large Fortune 500 companies that are doing layoffs, whether if it's AI or what. But my goal, guys, is to really, really reach out to the person who is understanding what I'm saying. And I really feel that it's not going to get much better anytime soon. Now, listen to your spirit. For those who what I'm saying, listen to your spirit. This flesh is made out of clay, right? We're distracted easily. We look at social media, we look at news, we're distracted, we're upset, we're happy, but feel it inside of you. You know something is wrong. You know something is off. And whether if you're on the right, the left, Republican, Democrat, it's affecting you in some sort of way. And if you feel like it hasn't affected you now, it will affect you later, unless you're one of the top 1 to 2%. And it may affect you just a little bit. But overall, guys, most of us aren't in the top 1 to 2%. We're everyday people in our countries trying to figure it out, trying to make ends meet. And because the United States dollar is the leading global dollar and the leading global country, other countries are going to start to feel it. So I just want to mentally prepare you, figure out something. Let me know in the comments if you know exactly what you want to do. And I highly suggest you find a mentor, whether if you're with us in our academy or not, follow us on YouTube, but we hope that you join us and see you on the other side. Other than that, guys, God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.